Hi. Good afternoon. How is everybody doing?
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
We are 10 minutes late. Is it 10?
15.
15 minutes late because we are human.
Let's be honest, you're 15 minutes late.
We are human, we are regular couple, we are struggling and we have challenges like everybody else.
Yes.
But we are here because we try to be here every Sunday to encourage one or two people. So if you're finding us for the first time, my name is Penny.
And I'm Abraham.
We are raising 4 children, 24, that's our oldest.
21.
Number 2
is 21. Number 3 is 18.
Number 4 is 11. So we've been enduring each other for the past 27 years.
The past 1 hour, we've been enduring each other.
Yeah, it's not been easy. But here we are. Grace, good afternoon. Here we are. And we come here once a week to encourage young people, older people, and people who have chosen to be in this journey
called marriage.
Yes. Kemto, how are you?
This roller coaster called marriage.
Yeah.
Even I'm doing it with my hands.
So it takes a lot to prepare for a show. People don't know that, but it's also not too much because we are talking about the things we are living.
Yes. But I think also today it's not like we were really completely prepared. Let's just say.
Are you usually completely prepared?
Yes, I think with the time we are.
Huh? How are you usually?
Very much. You read the book, I read the book.
Oh,
we highlight. No, there was no highlighting. It was like last minute. Somebody had to go somewhere. Another person was doing something. Actually, here's the truth. Okay, you know, NFL season has started. People watch America. People watch football, and I have a streaming service that went down today, of all the days. So I was there trying to figure out what's wrong, and I didn't get a chance to look at it. So I'm straightforward. Yeah. Today was NFL season starting, and I for some reason my streaming service is down.
So anyway, we are here, and for those of you who watch me, you know I'm passionate about what I do. I like to encourage people. Number 1, to inspire people. Number 2, if I can educate one person, I'll be happy. And number 3, if I can do something that is going to unite people, I will feel achieved.
Yes.
So last week we talked about conflict resolution, and it is a huge topic, and it's what really builds or destroys relationships depending on how you solve your conflicts when you're in conflict with your partner, with your co-workers, or even your family members. So once you've learned how to resolve your conflicts, you're likely to have good, healthy relationships. But most of us, half the time, we don't have that ability. So now, I just wanted to go through the points I have here that I had written earlier before we go into the topic, where they are telling you to evaluate yourself to see if you're emotionally stable. Because if you're not emotionally stable, sometimes you're not able to resolve a conflict because your emotions are like running up high.
Yes.
So are you, number 1, they say, are you curious about other people? Are you always worried about yourself? Or are you worried about other people's well-being? Number 2, are you able to take leadership, or when you're led, are you willing to be led? Okay?
Are you willing to follow?
Yes. Number 3, do you know your strengths and your weaknesses? Because if you know your weaknesses, let's say you know you always leave the lights on, and I always leave the cabinets open.
Yeah.
So now I already know that, and you already know that. So do you know that that's a weakness, or do I know that's my weakness? Because in conflict resolution, the biggest challenge is people accepting that they actually have a weakness.
Have an issue.
Yes. So do you know your weaknesses and your strength?
And you're talking about what? Emotionally, if you want to know if you're emotionally
Evaluating
stable.
yourself.
Evaluating your emotional self.
Okay. Do you pay attention to your surrounding? You're in a relationship, you're at work. Are you paying attention to your surrounding? Are you aware of what's happening in your relationship? Sometimes some people are served with divorce papers. They are not even aware when things changed. So things do change. You need to be aware of your surrounding and know how your partner is doing, because sometimes people don't pay attention to each other after some time.
And I'll say probably 75% of people don't even know. We talked about divorce. I think 75% of people, by the time they're being served, it's something completely surprising to them.
Yeah.
So it's a big percentage. People don't pay attention
They're
to
not aware.
or aware of what is going on with their life.
Yeah. So when you're upset, personally, when I get upset, I'm able to explain to another person why I'm upset. And I give specific reasons and how you made me feel. They are saying, when you're upset, when things are not going your way, are you aware that you're getting upset? And why are you getting upset? What is exactly upsetting you? So now for you, it could be me leaving the cabinets open.
Yeah.
For me, it could be you leaving
the lights
on.
Yeah, that's my hobby.
It just upsets me. So do you know why? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 6, they're saying, evaluate yourself. Are you someone who gets along with people? Because some people don't get along with people because they are not able to resolve their conflict. Okay. Do you care about your morals? Do you have values? Do you have things that drive you as a person?
Yeah.
What do you care? Because if you care, if you have values, and if you have morals, there are things you won't do to certain people, and there are things you wouldn't say to people. Okay? Number 8, do you take time to help others? Are you willing to go out of your way to help other people? Because some of us, we are always receivers, but are you willing to do something for somebody? Meaning, if your spouse asked you to make a meal today, are you willing to make the meal? Are you willing to step in for another person? Okay? Are you good at reading people's expressions? Are you able to read somebody's body language to know that this person doesn't want to be bothered? Or you come with your demands without looking at the other person to know from their body language that they don't want to be bothered. After you fall, number 10, after you fall, or you've had a conflict or something has happened in your marriage or something has happened to you, how quick are you to get up and move on to the next thing? Are you able to judge someone by character? Are you able to know, and this goes to when you're picking a spouse. Some of us have picked the worst people to be with. Number 1, we were not compatible. Number 2, we just don't understand each other. Like, are you someone who takes time to know someone before you could associate yourself with this person? Because once we pick these people and we start living with them, we find out really it's not what
But I would
we
say
thought.
before they commit, because if you pick the wrong person, you should know before you commit.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest problem that most people make. They will pick the wrong person, and now you find out it's the wrong person, but you still end up committing. So
That's a big
mistake. So by the time you've already gone through that's dating, you've already figured out you guys are not compatible. Most people don't want to either just stop the relationship or leave, because to them they think probably 1 or 2 years investment in dating is just too much.
a waste.
It's a waste,
yeah.
But you don't know that now you're going to stay with them for the next 20 years. So you're better off with the 2 years cutting off instead of trying to live with somebody for another probably 10, 15, 20 years. Some comments? Are you done with the...
No, the last one.
The last one, okay.
No. Second last. How motivated are you? So now, again, I want to speak for me. You have to speak for yourself.
Yes.
I'm a very motivated person. Like, I motivate myself. I'm my own motivational person. So I can be doing 20 things going in at the same time. I have this, I have that. I'm motivated. If you marry someone who's not motivated, you're going to have a lot of conflicts, because you're going to be you're up and about, you want to do this, that, and the person is not motivated.
Yes. So in other words, they're dragging you.
Yes.
You end up, every time, you're the one who's pulling them to try to do something.
So that causes a lot of conflict. If you are in a relationship or you live with someone who is not motivated, so they're asking you, are you motivated enough? And finally, do you know when to say no?
Yep.
There are times
I know when to
say no.
Me,
no, you don't say no. Abu, please. I mean, you said you came in saying you're telling the truth.
Yeah, today we're telling the truth.
Abu,
no. I don't. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't say no immediately. I take time to say no. That's the only difference. I'm gonna say no, but For you, you say no immediately. Me, I'm the one who, I'm not going to tell you no. I'll wait a little bit before I tell you no, which might lead to you. I might mislead somebody to bring that.
Not even that. You meander with the no.
Because if my auntie calls me from Kenya, I say $20. I won't tell them no. I don't have the $20. I won't tell them no. I'll wait and send them 10 and tell them that's what I had.
Yeah.
I won't tell them no at that time. That's
we are a perfect example of that, because for me,
you say
you
no
ask
immediately.
Me, do you want to make me tea?
Yes.
If I can make, I'll say yes.
Yes.
If I can't make, I'll say no.
But sometimes, sometimes we just say no for them.
No,
That's for the sake of saying
They're
no.
They're not just saying
Others say yes.
No.
For the sake of saying yes. Let's
this is the big challenge here, Sweetie.
Yeah.
And me and you are perfect.
And they're still calling me Sweetie.
Abu's no comes with mailing, comes with a boat.
Pole, yeah. I you know what I feel? You're asking me, can you make me tea? That is something so small. But at that time, I can't do it. I won't tell you no.
That's the problem. So now, guys, for me,
there's the conflict. There's the conflict.
I don't know whether it's a women thing or me. I don't know. But that's personally me. Yes. I know when you call me with something, if I can't do it, I give you an answer right away, and I'm done. I move to the next. So anyway, they are saying that is a major cause of conflict.
Yeah, which is what
you're not able to say no. So we are going to continue. The discussion today was common
emotional obstacles in marriage.
Brandon.
Yes. Okay.
Continue.
So before you start that, I'm gonna go through the
Ryan
comments. Number one, who's this Kemuto Laban? Okay. And then somebody says, hello, Baba. I'm trying to figure out, are they speaking in Kisii? This is Emma. Okay. So Emma.
See if Brandon has a fan.
Yeah, Emma says, what's that? Yeah, there's Ryan.
Go see if Brandon has a fan.
I saw this earlier on and I was trying to figure out. Emma said hello, but he said Baba. So I thought, are you talking to me? Are you talking about Baba? Our regular Baba. So I guess that's in Kisii.
Check in his room.
What is he looking for?
For a fan.
There's no fan.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to put that on high. So let me turn that a little bit.
No, continue talking. I'll do it. No. Oh, now, you see now, Nyeres already started a problem.
What?
He's saying, He's saying, how can I say no to your house? You're the one paying for the house.
There you go. Thank you, Nyeres. You can't be saying, listen, when somebody's asking you for a favor and you live in the same place, you don't say no immediately because you might not be able to do it, but maybe by not saying no, you'll find a way to do it.
No, I don't believe in that.
Thank you very much.
So now because he's paying the house, I have to say yes.
It's not about paying the house.
That's what he said.
It's not about paying the house.
He said.
All I'm saying is this, okay? I'm asking you, your kitty. At that time, you can't do it, okay? So instead of saying no, you can say ngoja kidogo ama ngoja niangalie.
What you're trying to tell me, right? What you're trying to tell me that saying no is wrong. That's what you're telling me.
1 second. Yes, this thing. I thought I turned it on. There you go. Okay, guys, we are sweating here. That's why I need the fan because even
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can't say no. Do you see the problem? And then Nyareso says. Now we are talking about men. Men cannot take no, or even some women can't take no.
Yeah.
In any relationship, people should be able to say no.
Yes.
That's how you succeed.
Yes.
When you're not able to do something.
No, to some, there's some obvious things that there's no way you can do it. But sometimes, some people just say no for the sake of saying no.
Okay.
Let's go
into intimacy. You ask for sex on Monday.
Yes.
You ask for sex on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So it's your job.
Asking for sex for 7 days.
So it's your job to say no and yes, no, yes. Every day you have to ask.
But at one time you have to put a no in there.
Then you say no. But I have to ask first. Say no. You can't be saying no through.
You see,
Anyway,
that's-
let me go back to the comment. Somebody had said that we're talking about what's her name? She said Baba, but you said it's Kissy.
Baba.
Baba, what does that mean?
Like
your
mom.
Okay, all right. So that was Emma. Lando is watching. Hey, Rosilla, that's our niece. It's my niece Rosilla is watching, and everybody else. Hey, Jimmy Kabuki is watching. Jimmy Niaji. All right, let's go ahead now. At least
Okay.
we've
So
gone
now,
past that.
not even past. No is the problem for conflict resolution. You see how Abu is resistant to no.
Yes.
Yeah. So they are talking the common
Emotional
obstacles is that
marriage.
threaten intimacy is stress. So,
He said, but I paid dowry.
I'm telling you, 7 days of sex. That is the highest degree of slavery.
Who paid dowry?
Nyereso paid his dowry.
Yeah.
So like
Akiomba.
he has to have sex every day. I'm telling
Darasa
you.
unajua. Yes. Every day alafu naambiwa no. Then you
No,
chill
but
out.
you'll be told no. So anyway, when I come to ask you for $100,
Yeah.
and then I ask again $100,
No.
then I ask $100. If I ask for $100 7 days a week,
But all those days, every time when you ask for $100, I'm not saying no immediately. I may not have it, but I'm not going to tell you no.
so the research shows that you
So,
should be able to say no.
I'll go ahead and then maybe I'll give you 20.
No.
Yes.
You should be able to say no. There is no money. There is no $100 today. Come another day. So let us continue.
Then now the next day you'll come with ask for 200 because you have to make up for the other one. That's
So
how it is.
they are
Somebody's
talking
telling
about stress. Stress is number one cause for
Emotional obstacles in marriage.
stress, anger,
And depression.
Okay. The effects of stress on a couple
Couple satisfaction.
satisfaction.
Yes. Let me read that.
Is affected. Yeah, you can read number one.
Okay. So these are the effects of stress on a couple's satisfaction. Okay. Number one, major life events or developmental issues that are so disruptive and threatening that they require individual partners to make a major adjustment to their relationship. Events such as the birth of a child, the transition to parenthood, dealing with teenagers, the loss of a job, or the death of a family member can create tremendous stress in the marriage.
So let's we can give you a perfect example.
Yes.
We have Changamoto. Hi, it's been a minute. We have 3 adult children now. I can't begin to tell you how many times Abu and I have got into major conflict when the
Time issue.
the curfew is violated. Okay.
And somebody wants to be lenient for the curfew.
No, I'm even not lenient.
Yeah.
Somebody has called, a child has called. They are saying, I'm supposed to be there at 11, but I'm running late. They are calling me, and that's what we've told the kids to call.
Yes.
So now I pass the message to you, that the child is coming late, and then you're going crazy. So now, before the call, maybe we were cuddling.
Oh, yeah. We were, everything was getting ready.
So now, as soon as I start talking, right, to the child,
That's why I don't pick the phone, even if it's your kid.
How can you pick? What if they have an emergency?
It can wait.
You see bad advice? Okay.
Anyway.
So now you pick the phone,
Yeah.
and there's a conflict that arises right away because the child is running late. So now it goes back and forth. Me, I'm saying, okay, take your time and come home as long as you are safe.
Yes.
And you're saying, no, you cannot violate the curfew.
Because it's a rule.
Now, I'm telling Abu that the child is there wherever they are. So you start arguing with this child, next time they will not call you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
That's a whole different topic here. That's true.
They will not call you. And all the parents want their children to call when they're in trouble. You know? How is your child going to call you? When they call you, you explode. Especially the fathers.
Yes. So those are major life events.
Grown kids.
Yeah. So you have grown up kids and they are doing things which is actually coming back and affecting
the couple.
Yeah. So that's going to be a common emotional obstacle in your marriage.
Okay? Then the next one
is environmental, economic, or living conditions that create ongoing stressful situations that constantly intrude into the relationship. Circumstances, problems, and difficulties such as unemployment, high workloads, inability to pay one's bills, living in an unsafe neighborhood, or dealing with family illness impact the marriage in significant ways. Okay?
So the environmental.
Yes. Environmental and economic.
Living. So some of the conflicts you might have might be your partner doesn't have a job, or there is maybe you put yourself in a financial debt. Now you can't sleep because you're afraid ART is coming to take the chairs.
ART?
Yeah, you've overborrowed.
You know what ART stood for?
African
Retail
traders.
People back home remember that, yes.
So now you are sleeping and then these people are knocking. Or you went and bought a car on loan and the car company is coming to that's economic to take the car.
Yes.
So we've spoken about money before, and we said that as a couple, it is so important that you sit and try to talk about your finances, because you don't want to do things like I'm here asking you for money, like your bank. I'm assuming you have money when you really don't have money. Yeah. So because of the pressure, you're going to go start either stealing or begging, I don't even know, money to please your wife. So such things eventually lead to a bad relationship. Okay? Minor stresses of or frustrations, demands, okay, that cause, read it, aggravation.
Okay, so minor stresses or frustrations, demands that create aggravation and annoyance and affect the individual partner's everyday lives. These stressors include such things as role overload. So maybe if your role is for the house, maybe you're doing too much, or if your role is to provide for the family, it's being overloaded. Fighting, okay, peak hour traffic. Actually, yeah, somebody's coming back from work, yeah, and there's traffic, especially in Kenya, there's a lot of traffic. That also can be a stress. Having too many things to do and being only concerned about one's weight or appearance. So that is more to the ladies' side, okay? Research indicates that stress has a tendency to increase conflict and dissatisfaction in the marriage relationship. And where one or both of the partners have a heavy workload, there is a greater likelihood that there will be recurring negative interactional patterns between the couple. Okay? When the experience of stress is particularly disabling, partners who tend to look to each other for increased emotional support frequently find that they have a decreased ability to give support to their partners and thereby nurture the relationship. In fact, some studies have shown that partners experiencing high level of stress tend to have a much greater self-focus and are therefore less able to understand and appreciate their partner's needs or points of view.
Okay. So,
go ahead.
The top stressors, I can always say, even today I was thinking about in-laws. When we start marriage, you're newly married, and I come to your family, I'm a stranger in your family. Now, your mom doesn't like me because I'm from Kisii. Your father doesn't like me because I don't come from maybe a well-to-do family. Your sister doesn't like me because I wear some kind of makeup. Your brother thinks, because your brother knows all your girlfriends, thinks that I should have married.
That comparing
the brother
with
says, you know, the other girl was good. So I have to say that what I've noticed in marriage, and for me, I have to say I wasn't prepared for that. And a lot of women are not prepared for that. I was not ready to be rejected by your family. It's not something I thought about, because growing up, I had a father. What was modeled to me by my father was accepting the daughter-in-laws, because I felt like my father felt honored that these women agreed to marry my brothers. So he received them. You have a fan?
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me my pocketbook from the car.
I'll be right back.
Okay. My pocketbook is there. I almost felt like the way my father put it out there, like he really appreciated these women. So I was born into a sister-in-law. By the time I was born, there was a sister-in-law. So they were like really, he held them highly. I remember like it was yesterday, he protected them and he really let them deal with their own issues. So I think the first obstacle marriage, when young women face, and usually you marry younger women, is the in-laws.
Yes.
And you know the in-laws can either make you or break you. You've gone to a foreign land and the people that receive you sometimes could win everything. So it takes a strong couple to survive that pressure from your relatives.
Yeah.
Because your relatives are feeling like we've invaded, we've taken you. And in many cases, I wasn't the first girl that you probably brought to your home. These girls that you brought before. So it's kind of like I have to fight my way in.
Yes. And prove
then,
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And prove myself. Yeah. And then while we are at it, if you're their breadwinner, if you're the one who's providing for your family, which that's what they're talking here, it becomes even more difficult because now I have to find my way through for you to meet our children's needs or our family needs and for your relatives.
Yeah.
So the biggest challenge that causes conflict is the relatives.
Yes. So I was going to say that I think this is something that most men we're not aware of because, as I said before, in a marriage, most of the time the woman comes home. So you rarely see, I'm not seeing that, where the man actually is going to the woman's house or woman's place. So we don't know, or it's very hard for men to digest that and figure out, hey, you're in a new place and really you have to prove to these new people that you're the right person or the right fit for their son.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's something that is there, that it happens a lot. I think very few people will tell you that they were accepted by their in-laws. They have to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Very few just got in
make
and boom.
Effort.
I think most the mothers will try to embrace, because the mothers also got the same thing
when they came.
Yeah, so I think it's easy for the mothers to a little bit embrace the new lady, but still they will also try to figure out let her prove herself, because she probably did the same thing. Probably your mom had to prove herself whatever she was.
But
so
I feel
the
like
sisters, the sisters and the brothers are the ones who will be so much on you as opposed to the mother. Yeah.
In some cases, they think it's the mother.
Yeah.
Because the mother,
she's revenging what she went through.
No, hurt people, hurt.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not revenge. Yeah, she went through. Yeah. Where she had to really to prove herself.
Yes.
So now for her son, she wants the woman to try to prove herself the way she did.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like you really.
So
have
those are big obstacles,
yes,
which are more familiar. That side is more for on the female side than the guy's side.
The next one is the children. Now we've started marriage. We are starting our own family. We cannot agree on how we are disciplining the children, who's watching, who's helping with childcare, who's cooking. So that's like a big thing, especially if you start having children.
Yeah.
And then there is insufficient time, where you're not actually, in the beginning you were dating.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden you don't have time for each other.
Oh, so time between the two, between the couple themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one is shared responsibilities in the family. This one,
that one is big.
It's a huge one.
It's a huge one, because now you have to figure out, do we do 50-50, 70-30?
Yeah.
Yes, because now, depending on each side of the family, one side may need more than the other side. And it's up to both the couple to really agree, this is how it's supposed to go.
How you're supposed to strike that balance.
So that one will bring a lot of conflict and a lot of emotional obstacles in the marriage, because as soon as if you keep telling me to me on one side, after a while I'm like, are you trying to use me?
You went back to
insufficient couple.
I
went to the shared responsibility.
Shared responsibility. We have to balance the help. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Now they're talking about help in the house. The children are here. You have to share responsibilities in the house. I was speaking to a lady that was telling me that her children, who are 19, 17, 16, I think, they don't do any chores. She does all the work. She cooks, she cleans, and she's been doing all the work. I can't imagine if she dropped dead, what's going to happen
with those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another thing where we find that in the house, which is us women, we are doing all the work, and the men are not helping because the football season has started.
Oh yeah.
So you
go
have,
Jets.
Yeah. So you have to watch the game.
Yeah.
But I think what I've learned, that it's good to share the chores. You know, because for the longest, before I quit my job, full-time job, I really like resented you because I'm thinking like I'm working 40 hours.
She resented me.
Yeah. You're working 40, right? So I'm working 40.
I think I was doing 60.
We used to commute together for 10 years.
Yeah, the 20 hours of the commute.
For 10 years, we left
together. Oh yeah, well that was before I went to New York. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For 10 years, we left in this house together.
Yeah.
And we came back together.
Yeah.
So it took my anger, because I was really angry. It took my anger
and
to realize that, you know what, I don't need to work full time. If I need to come home and cook and clean, then I didn't need to work full time.
And another thing is this also, by that time, I'm young, and in my mind, men are not supposed to do those things. So I was also being hard-headed because now I come home, start doing the dishes, making food. That was like, that's a no-no. So it was a combination of that was my age, that was my thinking at that time.
Yeah.
So I was not mature to know I need to help you.
Yeah.
My thinking was, this is how I've seen what I was told men are supposed to do, and I need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but you see, when
please don't resent me.
I should have known not to work full time.
Yes, by that time.
But why should I work full time? If we are commuting, why should I work full time and come home and still put food on the table? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You see, even me.
Yeah, I was going to tell you because that's in the book. That's how it says it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be. Yes. Yes. We are following the book.
The woman is supposed to cook.
Yes.
But then I should be working.
But now, economically, it was not viable.
But economically, is it viable for you to cook?
At that time, no.
But you see where I'm coming from.
Yes.
And it's the reason we are here. This is the truth, that this is how we've lived. For 10 years, we were commuting. We are living together. We are coming back home. But I would still come home and try to put fresh food on the table. But according to Abu, to him, he knows I should be cooking. Yes. But you know now, when he got older and matured, his food is even better.
Now I can make really nice.
But your food is even better.
Because the gadgets have improved. We have new stuff now to make. Help us cook the food. We have the microwaves. We have all that stuff.
But I think make it easier. Such things happen unknowingly. It's not something that you're thinking about.
Yeah, and on a serious note, for anybody who's out there who's young, it's okay to start helping your wife or your significant other at this time, even when you're 22, 23, because that will make everything, in fact, much more easier. Yeah. And they won't resent you. Yeah. Now you'll be loved even more.
Yeah. There was no like really.
Then you can have it every night.
There was no mutual.
Then every night will be okay.
It's not mutual. You'll get love, but it's not mutual. So now, because now you've cooked, you've cleaned, you clean everything.
You've helped each other, yes.
Yeah. If you help each other, it will be easier. So when you get to bed, we used to end up in bed by 9 o'clock every day. Literally. 9 p.m. That's when we are praying with the kids. And they've eaten fresh dinner. Yeah. I was cooking fresh food every day. And that's why we want to tell the other people. Because, for us to be here 27 years later, it's a journey of learning. It's a journey of forgiveness, where you're like, you know what, I shouldn't be holding this against my spouse. Yeah. Because they didn't do it because they wanted to hurt you. They
didn't know any better.
They didn't know any better.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Then they're talking about communication. So, in some cases, you can communicate, but your partner sometimes is not getting the message. So, they are saying, try to communicate. If there is no communication, that's when you run into these problems, okay?
Yeah.
Insufficient family time. That one was like a big one, even in this family.
Yeah.
Trying to get you.
And they say insufficient family playtime.
Yes.
Yes.
Trying to get you.
To be together.
Even you, take your kids without me and spend time with your kids.
Yes.
You know, just time alone with, you know, like even playtime. You can go, like now we do the bowling.
Yeah.
All of you go together and you know, have that interaction. Don't only come to your children when you're disciplining them. You should be able to go play golf, should be able to play basketball, should be able to even cook together with the kids.
Yeah.
You should be able to create that family time together when there is no discipline involved. So when you're ready to discipline the children, they'll understand that you're coming from a good place. And that's very common with men.
Yeah.
Men want to interact with the children when they...
Only during
discipline.
discipline.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was called, even us growing up, we knew our dad was a disciplinarian. So your mom will tell you, wait until your dad comes. So we've grown up with the same mentality where we know we need to get in when it's time for discipline. But I think, especially here in the US, it's very different. You have to interact with these kids from a very early age.
And it's not easy for me.
It's not easy, even for me. I'm like, I missed so much.
Yeah.
I need to, if everything is rewinded,
Yeah.
it will be different.
You missed out.
I missed out. I missed out on Chuck E. Cheese.
We used to go out to Chuck E. Cheese every Friday.
Every Friday, but I think with that Friday, I'm
No. Just tell the truth. It's okay, Steve. It's okay.
Where was I? Let's not start.
No, tell them. That's why we're here. Tell them where were you.
So I miss Chuck E. Cheese moments.
Yeah.
Because I was somewhere getting my drink somewhere.
With your voice. Thank you. It's not bad. That's why we come to encourage. And you're not doing so badly off. The kids come out and ask, you know, Dad, you didn't come to Chuck E. Cheese with us. When they are grown, they're going to ask. Tell them that.
Oh,
too.
yeah. They'll start asking you.
Yeah.
Oh, and how come you didn't? How come you were never there for this birthday? But I think birthdays I was there.
No, birthdays you were there, but
I
you
think
were not
there was some other small things. To me, they looked small, but to the kids, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But now looking back, I say, you know what? It was a big deal. To me, it looked like something small.
Yeah, like it was for us. It was Friday.
Yes.
Friday was the day for me to take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese. They would play and eat pizza. I take them pictures. So now when they are going on
and
their
the pictures, I'm not there.
But I have to give you credit because on Sunday,
where's that?
We did catch you on Sunday every now and then. Okay, we caught you on vacations. Yeah. So there are times we did, you know, catch you here and there. But for the young people that are raising their children now, I tell them, schedule a time with your children, the men.
Yes. Every weekend, plan it.
Yeah,
not every weekend, but just plan at least.
Give your boys
once or
weekend.
Twice a month to be with the kids.
But Abu, I always say, give your boys one weekend.
Yeah.
Give your wife one weekend.
Yes.
Give your children one weekend.
Yeah.
And then you have another weekend
for yourself.
Even
but
for
here's
your
the
sisters,
problem.
For your relatives.
Here's the problem. During the summertime, the weekends, the 4 weekends following each other, there's action. When I was growing up, there's action every weekend.
Growing up with me or growing up in Buruburu?
No.
When were you saying growing up?
When I'm saying growing up, I'm talking growing up in our marriage.
Yeah.
That time, I'm 24, 25. There's action every weekend. So I'm trying to figure out which weekend is for the kids. And then there's, but you know, V is spinning, so you happy. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So it was not easy.
Yeah.
But I had to take some time and do that.
No, it's not easy, but if you plan,
you have to
ahead of time.
Plan and then be very self.
Yeah, no, your boys will call you.
You have to be
Women, we are always with the kids.
Yes.
That's a given for most of us. When they call, tell them, no, I have a golf scheduled with my sons.
Yes.
Because you have 3 sons.
Yeah.
You should be able to play with your sons on the weekends. You should be able to go with your sons for a hike. Even without your daughter, you should have those moments with the kids without the mother, so that way you are able to develop that relationship. When these kids get older, you'll continue that relationship, you know?
Yes.
And that's where you're going to talk about the sex, the dating, you know, all the things that you always have discussions about. Have your children forgiven you?
I think they have.
Okay. I don't know. So they are saying.
Are we still talking about emotional obstacles in
yes,
marriage?
Yes.
I think we're way off.
No. That's okay. Now we are not off because for women, we feel bad that you are not present for your children,
and that brings the obstacles, resentment. Now it's going to be a problem later on in marriage, or even between the two of us.
Yes, it's. You remember there are times I used to threaten you that, go and stay with those friends, right? Yes. Or when the kids grow. I'm going to leave you to the friends. Yes. Those words come from us women. A lot. Not one woman. Many women. Because now anytime you're free, you're going with your friends.
You know, my grandpa used to tell me that my grandma was still living.
Yeah. I'm still living.
My grandpa that time is like 80.
Yeah.
Like the woman is still saying she's living.
Yes.
These women are living every day.
You have to go back to where you feel loved and accepted. So now, when Ryan goes to college, so let me ask you,
let me get ready.
You've been meeting me with the kids. You've been hanging out with your friends. Yeah. When Ryan goes to college, what do you want me to do?
I think that's the time for you to pack.
I have to leave. But what do you want me to do?
Ryan is 11.
Yeah.
So 7 more years.
Yeah. Then now, Jimmy,
let me get ready.
If you're watching, in 7 years, you can have Abu every weekend. You can have him every
Let me get ready.
Get ready.
But the good thing is that now I have 7 years to prepare myself. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, because when the kids are gone, what am I doing here? Right? Do you see how Dylan just moved?
Yeah.
So now, but imagine 7 years from now, all the 3 adult children will not be here.
Yeah.
And then I drop Ryan to college. So I come back.
That is the time now you should be lovey-dovey. Just
with who?
The 2 of you in the house and nobody else. Come on, man.
Jimmy, your friend is coming to you after 7 years. So anyway, let's move on to resolution. Resolution, in fact, we just took, I think, 20 minutes trying to identify what our conflicts are. That's what Abu and I have shared. Those were our conflicts. But we have to find a way to resolve them so that when I drop Ryan in college, I don't just not come back. Okay. So they are saying, identify the source of your anxiety and your stress. Yes.
Before you go on, can I just give a shout out to somebody who's watching us?
Yeah.
Her name is Esther Waga. Remember Esther? Esther Waga, we met her in Zanzibar. What was that?
Wanga.
Waga ama ni Wanga? No, it's Kiswahili sanifu. Sasa huyu ni Mzanzibar. In 2018 we were in Zanzibar. We met this lady. Her name is Esther Waga. So Esther is watching. Asante sana Esther. Kiswahili changu si kile cha huko Zanzibari. Lakini
Esther was very nice to us.
Kinakaribia hapo. Okay, asante sana Esther kwa tune in. How do you say tune in Swahili?
Mwambie tuambie.
How do you say tune in Swahili?
Kusikiza.
Kunoananga.
Okay. Identify the source of your anxiety and stress. That's number 1. Figure out what is causing the stress in your relationship. Yes. For us, we've aired them so you know. Prioritize your activities. Abuda is speaking to you now.
Yes,
like now,
put it down.
If you and Kina Mkusha are going to play your golf, let them know ahead of time. Even the kids, when you're scheduling something with the kids, tell them that area is blocked.
Yeah. So just a matter of just planning. Yeah. I think if you plan, in fact, if it's for your family, I think it's good to plan for the entire month. So you have at least the next weekend is this person, the next weekend is your friends and and your family. So I think prioritizing is very important. Your activities.
The next one is setting boundaries. So now this is another thing for the in-laws. If we can talk about in-laws and boundaries, if you want a successful marriage, you and your spouse have to sit and set your boundaries. For us, the Kisi people, in-laws are not people to laugh with.
No way.
In-laws are not people to show your teeth unnecessarily.
You stay there for 1 hour and you disappear.
In-laws are not people to drink with. In-laws are not people to go start telling certain things. So for us, for the Kisi people, the way it was laid out to us, I have created boundaries. I'm not going to find myself in your sister's house drinking wine and falling on the ground. I'm not going to find myself in your brother's house doing certain things. If I'm coming to your sister's house, there's an event that is happening there.
Yeah.
And when I go to that event, I should stick to my boundaries because that's your sister.
Yeah.
And when your sister comes here, she is also going to keep playing.
The same thing.
Same thing.
Yes.
If you don't create boundaries for your in-laws, for your friends, for your family, some of your in-laws, not only from the man's side, even from the woman's side, my relatives are going to disrespect you. If you don't create those boundaries, my brother can come here, he's drunk, the next thing you know, he's...
Yes, next thing you know, you're pushing each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really important to set those boundaries earlier on. I think if you don't
It's hard to fix
do it immediately,
Yeah.
in fact, setting boundaries,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big problem. So as soon you guys are a couple, draw the line and set the boundaries so that
Yeah.
everybody's aware of what's going on.
Another thing, like I notified you, I'm from Kisii, you're from Ukambani.
Yeah.
I want you to know, if your sister comes here to try and fight me, I'm punching her and I'm throwing her on the ground. So can you imagine, I'm coming from where we fight, when it's things are bad, you fight.
Yeah.
Now your sister comes here to fight me here, then I punch her. Are we going to have a marriage?
No way. But,
So-
but even the boundaries already been, there's somebody
Broken.
coming to you.
Yeah.
That's the time you say, meet somewhere neutral,
No,
meet
in
outside.
case we
Yeah.
just push the sister down the stairs. I mean, like, it's just so given that once you cross those boundaries, you're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
And maybe where you come from, sisters invade your houses and it's okay. So now you need to know who you're married
The
to.
boundaries are there everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm not expecting you to do the same thing, to live here, go to my sister's house
and
start
start fighting her.
there.
Exactly.
That can't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't work
That
like
is so. That's just common everywhere.
Yeah. So once you've set those boundaries, communicate those to each other, those things that you're working on. If it's I'm changing my schedule, if it's the time to take the kids, if it's the finances, whatever is changing in your life, communicate. Then you won't have as many conflicts as many people do. Set a time frame to recover from something that has happened. If it's something that we are working on as a couple, we should say, in the next 6 months, we should try to resolve this. In the next 6 months, we should do ABCD. Set like a time frame for recovery. Because if you don't set a time frame, you're not able to... the longer you delay something...
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out this. This is when you say you're trying to recover from something, it's just between
our
the two
relationship.
of you. Something has happened.
Yes, I've resented you. Try to work on set a time on that issue.
Yes.
Don't let it go too long.
As people say, do not sweep it under the rug.
Yes.
Okay, because eventually it's going to come back. So if there's any kind of issue, work on that issue at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and resolve it. And move
immediately.
on. Yes.
They always say in healthcare, it's a check, call, and care. When you get to a situation, check the situation. You know, if you need help, call help. Maybe it's a therapist, and immediately start caring for the patient so they don't die. Any delayed time is a life gone. So you cannot delay. Right now, whoever we are speaking to right now, check, call, and care your relationship. You need to recover it right away. Don't let it go too long, because you see, we are here laughing. You know the time frame I'm living in 7 years. So Abu has 7 years to recover.
I have 7 years to recover.
Yes. The other thing is spending time together. So of late, because most jobs are working from home, I think we used to have more time together, but now even we have more time.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have my business, which you come to on Sunday. So we are getting to spend more time together. If you don't really have schedules or careers that allow you to spend time together,
make that time.
Yeah. Okay? Then the support system. This is mentoring. Yes. This is everything.
And which is very, and I think even especially in the US, the support system is not there. You really have to go look for it. Yeah, there's nobody, you don't have your uncles, and the people are likely to have a larger family around here, and the family is cohesive, and they're doing things together.
Yes,
big ups to you. But anybody else, most of us, no uncles, no aunties. It's probably just one uncle, and that's it. Yeah, that here in the US I saw that as a very, very tough part, where there was nobody to go talk to when you're having any kind of issue as a couple. So if you can get that kind of support, please make use of it completely.
So that brings me, I have to, I cannot continue that without talking about my friend Gloria in Uganda now.
Yes, Gloria, shout out to you.
Yes, so Gloria and Baisama were the couple that I looked
we
up
were
to.
looking up. Well, it was
First,
you, and
she's
then
my
you
friend.
introduced me to them.
Yes.
So we really looked up to them
Completely.
Yeah.
So when I met Abu, before we even proceeded to be an item,
before the first kiss,
I called Gloria and told her that I have someone.
Nakuletea mtu inspector.
And this couple had already got married. They had their wedding. And
did they have a baby that time?
No, they didn't have children even. Even that's where I learned from. Like they told me, Gloria told me, don't rush into having children. Straight up.
Okay.
No, they didn't have children.
So the child was not there.
So Gloria was my friend, my schoolmate's sister. So my brother was in America, Gloria was in America. That's how I knew Gloria. So when I came to America, I took a trip to DC to meet Gloria. And I met Gloria, and that lady really shaped our life. So when I met Abu, I called her and I told her, I found this guy, and Gloria told me, just bring him for the weekend so Baisama and I can look at him.
Inspection. Just say, she told the letter to inspect.
So, I took the guy down to DC. Gloria called me to the room. She says, are you guys going to sleep together or I make separate beds? Oh, no. I said, this is a pastor's son. He knows the drill. We are not even an item.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. I said, he looks like a respectable guy.
Yeah.
We're just going to share a bed. And that's what we did in the living room. They gave us a bed in the living room, and we slept there.
Yeah. Like if we slept.
Actually, we slept.
Yeah, we slept.
But it wasn't pleasant. I told him, no, you are here for inspection. Hujawekewa sticker. What are you doing?
Hi.
What?
Can you say hi?
Okay,
What's
say
up
hi.
with your, what are you doing?
Ryan, stop your bad manners. Can you go? Let's finish the show. Don't, Ryan, go to where you're going. Finish. Let's finish the show.
We're about to
finish.
I just want to get my donuts.
No, not now. You're going to eat rice.
Because now this is going to fall down.
Go downstairs.
Somebody wants their donuts for.
Ryan?
Yeah, can you finish this story now?
No. This child has to go.
Oh yeah, the story is rated R.
It's rated R. It doesn't need to be in the rated story.
Rated R?
Yeah. Come on, Ryan, move.
Ryan, you gotta move because this story is very important. Come on.
Go to your room.
No, you can go downstairs. So anyway, so that story is nice because they were to inspect him. Nothing was to happen.
Yes.
So now.
So I passed with flying colors.
Yeah.
I passed with flying colors. Kama ni CPE, nilipata 36. Kama ni Form 4 Division 1. Kama ni A levels, it's got 3, I don't know, 6 principles. I passed.
Anyway, so they inspected the guy, but now the guy, after they said, yeah, we can look at him again, the guy left me before we came back. Because Abu wasn't talking to me all the way from DC. And it was my car. It was my car.
Yeah, because, men, that's how we are.
Because I said no.
But that's how we are.
Yeah.
We to me at that time, I'm not thinking about marriage, and I'm not thinking about, there's nothing like about marriage or even I'm trying to figure out, do you want to date or what is this? So you have to try something.
So
So-
after inspection, we didn't talk all the way. Abu was trying to be something else, but he was approved. Gloria, remember?
Is Gloria here?
Gloria, when you watch, Gloria told me he's like he's a good guy and his father is a pastor. Just bring him again. But you know, we broke up on the way back. So anyway, I wanted to say that story because that's where I took Abu on a regular basis. Abu is not just Abu, or Penny is not just Penny.
We had people
That were mentoring us.
and
We
who
used to go
look.
to DC
Yes.
at least every few months. And we did that for such a long
Yes.
time. So we will move from this group,
Yeah.
our age.
Because we are
mates,
all the same peers, and go
doing
to
the same
somebody
thing.
who's a little bit older,
Yeah.
who has gone through the
the dating,
the
the
marriage.
marriage, the in-laws.
Yes, and I even remember when they got their baby.
Yeah, we went.
Yes, we went there. So
Yeah.
they were really our mentors in terms of the marriage and growing. Yeah.
Yeah, Gladys, Abu was trying. Me, I said, no. And my nose have been no. Me, no is no. And I told
Na
you
ni kwa
no.
wenyewe.
Na kwa wenyewe, surely. People's bed sheets.
Not even the bed-
It's the bed sheets.
in the living room.
In the living. Right. No. Ladies, you have to say no. You have to say no until you're ready.
But also on the same thing, it's the ladies, you have to say no because the men will keep asking. It's your job.
You tell me that.
It's your job to say no.
Yeah.
So I don't want to look like I don't know what's going on.
But you told me.
Yes.
Let me
That's
interject.
my job is when I'm there.
ask.
I know I'm at somebody's house. I know you're in living room ya wenyewe. Lakini lazima
But you
I have
told
to
me.
ask, do you say no? Then I'm like,
Siti,
oh, that's true. Yeah,
You told me
it's the wrong
that-
place.
You told me that men will ask you for sex to make you feel
Good.
even when they expect a no.
Yes.
Okay, you see,
Yes.
ladies hear from Abu.
Yes.
If a man asks you for sex, it's not because he loves you. He's just trying.
He's just trying.
Use your judgment to say,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you say yes, now you've confused the man. The man was expecting you to say no. Now you said yes. Now
Yeah.
it becomes a little bit chaotic. Okay.
yeah. But again, going back to mentoring, if you have somebody that mentors you, find a couple that you look up to. Actually, you both respect, because I believe you respected Gloria.
Yes. And my son.
Yes.
Yes.
Find a couple that you respect, that you admire, or that you look up to. Become best friends with those people.
In fact, admiring. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to admire
Couple.
that couple.
Yeah.
So that you can actually. I want to be like them. So
Yeah.
you'll be very
You will
much.
learn
Yes.
what they are doing.
And it'll be easy.
Because you know what? Let me tell you guys. By summer, God bless you. By summer, I used to wake up and make breakfast for all of us.
Yeah.
Imagine, we are there. Now you and Nyareso are saying you paid dowry. This man, by summer's father is a Wori, Mudia Wori. By summer's mother was Liberian.
No, Baisama is not Mudiawori. Mudiawori is Baisama's uncle.
No,
Yeah.
by summer's name is a Wori.
Yes. Baisama's dad is from Uganda.
Yes.
Yes. Is
But they-
Mudiawori's brother.
Yes, the
Yeah.
same father.
Huh? Yes. Mudiawori and Baisama's father are brothers. Yes.
And by summer's mother is
Is
Liberian.
Liberian.
And by summer was so diverse.
Yeah.
That family was so diverse. That's another thing we liked about that
Yes,
family.
that's why, yes.
The Moody Awori family was so diverse and they had an
They
open
Awori.
mind. Yeah, remember Kathy?
Yeah.
Their sister,
Their sister.
who was married to Paul.
Mzungu, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Paul
So
moved to
we,
Kenya.
Yeah, we saw that.
We were exposed to the elite, like upscale.
And I think
with,
that's why we
people-
also admired them because
Yeah,
we were
they were
seeing,
like up there.
Yeah.
Like they were having fun with decorum. Can I say that? Having fun.
Dorin, wewe wacha mambo yako.
Bwana danganya ati kuomba kitu kwa wenyewe. No.
You're not gonna confuse me.
They are worried. This Awori family, even Mama Baisama, oh, I miss that lady. In fact, I need to visit her one day. They were just so organized and focused. Their discussions, we used to go there, me and Abu are like, yeah, they are having these major discussions, intellectual discussions,
Very
respectively, putting their points across, arguing with a glass of wine with dignity. I mean, like,
and with dignity.
not fighting.
Anyway, so those are
I
our mentors.
remember
Yeah, I
that.
remember that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We admired them.
Yeah.
And it was easy for us to learn from them because of the admiration that we had.
Okay.
For them, yes.
So now,
I like the glass. Arguing with dignity.
with Sanele.
Sisi ni watu wa Eastland. Hatuwezi agina dignity ya, right?
Jimmy, by the way, if you're still watching, you need to come on live. You said you were going to come on. We have people who are arguing and they are calling each other names. These people used to talk like they were using statistics and they had supporting points and they were like, I mean, even conflict resolution in that setting.
It was very organized.
Very organized. Because they were diplomats. We were dealing with diplomats. So we picked a lot of good traits from that environment and then we come back to the hood, you know. So they really helped us be where we are. So now, this writer continues to say that find out why you are angry. When I quit my job in 2012, I found out I was angry. Abu was not angry. I was angry.
I was on cruise control.
Yeah. So find out why you are angry. I was angry because I felt like I was doing too much. So I was angry. I was doing housework. I was doing too much. So identify what is making you angry and try to resolve that issue. Okay?
Through communication.
Yes. And then they're talking about watch your attitude. I told Sini this over and over. You can't abuse your spouse. You can't disrespect your spouse and expect to have a healthy relationship.
Not even that, the next day you expect everything to be normal again.
Yes.
And the previous day you've called somebody names that
I've abused.
Yes, very abusive names. So that's that kind of attitude. There's no way it's going to work.
Yeah.
So try to check your attitude, both sides, even male and the female side. Check your attitude and try to be respectful to one another.
Concentrate on winning.
On
connecting, not winning.
Yes.
That way, you're not the winner,
yes,
not the loser.
Yes, and I think they're talking about more about arguments. So concentrate on connecting. Yes, there's arguments, but try to connect with each other.
Yeah.
Don't try to say, I have to win this argument.
Remember how I told
women think they have to win.
No. Remember I was telling you, I always ask you, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That question.
Yes. Over and over, yeah.
Then, what are you going to do? You can lie to me. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But do you really know what I'm saying? So sometimes we are expressing ourselves to our partners, but they don't really understand what you're saying. You know, because you know what?
Yeah.
If I tell you I have cramps, like I'm cramping, what do you know about cramping? Do you really know?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
Yeah. So I might just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what you're going
or
through.
I ask you, Abu, do you see where I'm coming from? Right?
Yeah.
You want something, and I'm tired because sex is an activity.
And for you, you have no idea how I'm feeling.
No, even me now, I'm telling you, sex is an activity. I've used all my muscles all day. While maybe say you are sitting,
flipping the channels, watching.
the only muscle you've been using is
this one to watch the...
Yeah. So now I'll tell you.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm like, are you tired?
Are you tired? So I'm saying, this activity, if you want me to participate, you really have to, because the muscles are tired.
You need to be jump started.
Then you're like, you know what? You're saying, do you know how I feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have no idea that time.
So Benji talks about sex a lot. That's when women slide into their mouth, they take saliva, they put it in their vagina to get wet, and they tell you get in and get out because tomorrow I have to work.
Yeah.
Have you heard of those statements? So because it's like you're being sold to sex. Actually, it's not good sex.
Yeah.
But it's because you're not supporting, you're not connecting with your spouse to see where they're coming from and why they're tired.
So concentrate on connecting.
Not
winning.
You can't win. Because there are things.
There shouldn't be a winner.
There is no winner
in this thing.
Okay?
Yes.
Stay focused. If you have chosen marriage, stay focused. Do not lose focus. Because if you lose focus, you're going to lose your marriage. Or you're going to lose your relationship. Put your eyes on the prize. put your eyes, if you have children, your children need a father, your children need a mother. Besides your sexual needs and your support for one another, your children need parents who are emotionally stable to raise them. Okay?
Yes.
So acknowledge that you're angry. Acknowledge that I'm angry.
To acknowledge your part in the problem.
Yes. Now, women, it's most of us. Most women like to blame the men.
All the time.
For marriage problems. Yeah? But in some time, in many cases, our emotional distress leads our men to do half of the things they do. Because we are emotionally unstable most of the time. We speak out of anger. We say things we can't take back.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest challenge is to being willing to say sorry.
That one is very big.
Okay? Mudiani, hello.
How many women will want to say I'm sorry? Very few. Okay. Now men will, sometimes we say sorry just to get
it out. Yeah.
Or to get it out, or just to get over the hump that we are trying to go through. Very few ladies, and I'm talking to ladies right now, to say sorry. Just a simple, okay, I'm sorry. Because to them, saying sorry means
Accepting,
you've lost.
Yeah.
And there's no, as you said before, there's no winner in this thing.
Yeah.
So just know by you saying sorry, it's not like you've lost. Just to acknowledge that there was something that was wrong, and probably from my part, and I said I'm sorry, and we move on. And men will move on once you say you're sorry. Simple as that.
Okay. Identify what's getting you angry. Deal with the resentment. Okay, and the rage that you have when you're getting angry and you're feeling like you're getting like that. Try to deal with it and be disciplined. Okay. Learn to forgive your spouse. It's not easy for women. Men are quick to forgive or let go.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
But women...
But the next day you can't even remember what was going on.
Yes. And now, I think the last section they're talking about depression in marriage. So you could be married, but you are really single. Because the person that you're married to has had enough of you. Because all the things we've shared here happen to a lot of us. And when all these things... What time is it? When all these things happen to all of us...
What's the time?
Oh, 4:20. Okay.
Okay. We said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done. We're nearly 1 hour, yeah.
Yeah. When all these things happen, you can easily fall into depression. Okay? You need to start working on your marriage, because your quality of your marriage is going to either lead you to a happy state or a depressed state.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
See how much negativity you're putting in your marriage. And when you're going to lose this marriage, or you're doing these things, ask yourself, if you lose this marriage, are you willing to lose the marriage?
Yes. And negativity is actually to your own, the spouse.
Yeah.
Not even, to your spouse, which is going to come back to the entire marriage.
Yeah.
Every time you're being negative,
yeah,
you are pulling them down. Yeah. Nothing positive about your
You don't
spouse.
say anything positive. Yeah.
Just like a little kid, if you say when the kid is trying to walk and you say, yes, Baba, keep trying. The same thing goes for the marriage. Just getting a positive reinforcement from you means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And in fact, now let me tell you, now whatever you are planning to do, you'll even do 2 times more.
Even your boys, you won't go.
You tell me something good, I'll cancel that trip.
So I must have been saying a lot of bad things. I'm sure I was. So
that trip is cancelled, yeah. But now, if you keep giving all these negative comments
to your spouse,
who wants to stay there?
Nobody wants to stay there.
I'll be gone.
Yeah. So be careful that you don't disrespect your spouse. Validate your spouse, because that's who you live with. Okay. If you have gender issues, communicate to your spouse, especially when you have your period or you're not feeling well. Communicate so that way your spouse knows. Some couples want to live in isolation. They don't want you to mix with other people. Yeah. Be careful of those couples, because human beings, we need each other. We are
social beings.
Yes.
Social being, and it's good, because by you going to meeting other people, you're gonna get something new that probably didn't know.
Freshens
or
up.
even you'll see something that you thought was a big deal in your marriage, and it's right there.
So they're saying that if you don't interact with people, you're going to land into boredom in a relationship. What can you do with someone the whole time? Let them go.
Once in a while, yes.
Yeah. And then
set them free.
When you are bored, you start resenting each other. You don't like each other. You don't have any points, because when you go to Jimmy, when you come back,
I have a lot of points.
Yes.
When Jirin Dungo gave us, was that talking?
Stars. Yes.
Stars. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And guys, give us stars. We need those stars so we can do the date nights, okay? And finally, they are saying how to manage depression.
Yes.
Validate the depressed partner's feeling. Relate to the person, not to the depression.
Not their depression.
Not their depression.
Yes.
Communicate effectively. Give positive messages.
That's what we talked about, yeah.
Help them make a decision. Clarify how you can get help. You can even seek a professional help. Learn how to ask a depressed partner to change their behavior.
Whatever is making them to be depressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eliminate helpful expectations. Establish your own support. And finally, watch for thoughts of suicide.
Ooh.
Because now, if you feel empty, you're married to someone, but you're feeling alone, it's very easy to even think
become
of taking
suicidal.
your own life.
Yes.
Because you know what? With social media, we try to make it look that we are all doing fine, and yet we are not doing fine.
Yes, there are issues.
You need to come into terms where you are with your relationship. You need to accept if you're going through challenges. If need be, you can file for divorce if you are not able to repair the relationship. This thing of people cohabiting in different rooms does not work. Yeah. Staying in another room trying to resolve a conflict.
Well, sometimes some are staying while they're trying to resolve the conflict.
Yes, but eventually it leads to more resentment.
Yes, but I believe even, they say for better and for worse.
Yeah.
So when the worst comes, try to resolve it.
Yeah.
Don't just give up. Yeah. Because some people just, as soon as the first storm hits, they're out of there.
Yeah.
So you need to try to work on it. And now, if really things are not working out and things start getting bad, then yes.
And some of us, we were lucky. We grew up in a church that helped us know how to pick a spouse, meaning they give you guidance. Some of us ended up with people. We just found ourselves with people. If you found yourself with people and you don't feel like you're not a good match, don't waste too much time trying to fix somebody. It's hard to fix someone who doesn't want to fix themselves.
Remember what we used to say, kuangukia. Umeangukia. But ukiangukia, you should check, okay, nimeanguka hapa, is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's not working, you need to get up.
Because that's what leads to depression. You're trying so hard to fix someone who is not ready to be fixed. You're trying to motivate someone who's not even motivated. You're trying to make somebody to love you who doesn't even want to love you. Because love and hate, they go like this.
It's a very thin line.
Yeah.
You can't even.
So it's easy to go from this person that you really love to really dislike
the same person.
you.
Yes.
Yeah. So try to evaluate your marriage. In fact, this should be the second last chapter. And conflict is
preventing marital
breakdown. That's chapter 7. Conflict, if you can learn, it's a skill that is really even good for your place of work. If you can learn to resolve a conflict, even with the kids, with your co-workers, to diffuse conflicts, you're going to have a successful relationships. And let me tell you, you could be a doctor, you could be an engineer, you could be anything you want to be for your career. But when it comes to relationships, if you don't have good human relationships, it's easy for you to end up in a mental hospital.
Yes.
Just like that. Because we need an outlet. We are human. We are created to want, to be validated, to be loved.
Yeah. I was going to say everything else now it just becomes.
So regardless of what you do, regardless of your financial status, because finance kind of makes people think that they got it. Money has nothing to do with your mental status. Relationships have everything to do with who you are.
Yes, look at we've heard of these big people who ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, Kate Spade killed herself.
They had the money,
Robin Williams.
but just there was no love, there was
human
no
connection,
and they ended up taking their own lives.
Because there was no outlet.
Yes.
So good people, thanks for watching. We truly appreciate your support. Like our page. And those ones who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And we continue to come here every day.
Every Sunday.
For me, I come every Saturday, every day.
Well, right now we're talking about Sunday, so
yes.
we're here. We're here every Sunday.
Our goal.
She's here every day.
is to inspire.
Yes.
Mr. Abu, repeat after me.
Inspire.
Number 2, Dad, you'll call
My
me.
dad is trying to call me.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Inspire. Number 2, educate.
Inspire, educate,
Educate.
and what's the last
And
one?
unite.
And unite. That's,
You
a,
see those three
that's a new. Inspire, educate, unite.
Yes. Do things that are going to inspire people.
Yeah.
If you know something, share
Educate.
it to someone.
Share.
If you see people who are going through a broken relationship,
Educate
help them unite.
Educate them.
May the Lord God bless you. We thank you. And you know what? We went over our time and I had a date. You guys are so wonderful. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys next week.
Next week, Sunday, same time, 3 p.m. We'll try to be here on time. And she said that's the last chapter in this book. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not the last. How to keep love alive. There's another one.
Yeah.
So preventing marital breakdown.
So we're going to talk about what's going to stop it from getting there. Don't do all the things that and
preventing marital breakdown.
Yeah.
I'll even see if you do it like this. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be next week.
All right. Cheers, guys. And thanks for watching. Have a lovely, lovely week. Set those goals. Tomorrow we are talking about goals. Set those goals and follow them through. Okay?
Thanks.